Anderson Cooper completely destroys MSNBC, and we approve. Thank you, sir. We have the video. Welcome, first of all, to the Doug TenNapel channel. Welcome to Exile. This is where the happy patriots are.
In Michigan, she is in literally a free fall. They've had it with her. Nobody's in charge. Joe Biden is asleep. Kamala is at a dance party with Beyonce.
If you want to sport your colors or have a coffee mug that sports some of my In Exile artwork, there's a store link down here on YouTube, and you can click in and you can buy high quality t-shirts and mugs. Let's watch Anderson Cooper.
Across this whole inundation from people who are Harris supporters saying to me online today, like, how dare you, what a betrayal that you would ask her these questions.
No,
and I'm like,
your job.
You misunderstand what my job is. I'm not on MSNBC, and no disrespect, what they do is they're very talented.
That's like saying, oh, bless your heart. They're very talented. Sure. Look, this isn't MSNBC. He's talking to Charlemagne the God. Just in case you made a mistake, CNN is differentiating themselves because he completely insults them now.
But I don't watch it. I'm not interested in watching what these overpaid blow-dried anchors think. And I include myself in that overpaid blow-dried, although I don't blow-dry. I am overpaid.
There's an honest description of all newscasters. He points it first at MSNBC before going to himself, calling them overpaid blowhards. That has got to cause some heat and division over there in Newsland.
But I'm not interested in the anchor's opinion. I'm interested in facts and letting the viewers make up their own mind.
So he's saying, we report, you decide. I think he's working for the wrong network. Can you guys tell me in the chat below what network he should be talking for if he's about reporting facts? And
hi, my name is Amy. I'm a former Democrat Senate staffer. I worked on Capitol Hill for 8.5 years for four Democrats in the Senate. I was a Democrat my whole life, but I am a Democrat no longer. This election, I am voting for Donald Trump. I think he is the best candidate to put this country back on the right path.
Wait till you hear what changed her mind. 2 huge events. See if you can guess ahead of time. This is a Democrat, hardcore Democrat, working for the Democrat senators, no harder, for 8 years. So this isn't a lightweight. This is going to happen across America, guys. Democrats are looking at themselves and they're looking at that party and they're going, that ain't me.
And then when I had a baby, all of the things that the kind of culture war type, gender dynamics.
Almost equally important, maybe as important, is what we're doing to our children with this trans insanity.
Those sorts of issues became crystal clear, and I realized we were wrong.
She had a baby and realized that she was wrong being a Democrat. That's a powerful message to all mothers out there. It's not too late for you. If you're ready to turn, let's go.
And then October 7th, I think the response to that, when I saw Democrat House staffers on the steps of the Capitol, my former office, parroting terrorist talking points, I said, that's it.
Are we the baddies? Are we on the wrong team? She's wondering, what are my people doing? Repeating those talking points. That should tell you that there's a real division on the Democrat Party. This is what happens, by the way, when you're about to lose an election.
I disagree. I think the reason Trump is winning and will win ultimately on the issue of the economy is the comparative. I mean, look at the polling. His job approval retrospectively is far higher than the Biden-Harris job approval today. There's one reason for that, because people feel economic anxiety today that they did not feel under Donald Trump. They didn't feel the inflation under Trump.
The people start scattering. She's smart to go over and join the Trump side. She at least has values. We're going to go back now. This is back to CNN.
This retribution conversation is to remind you all that Joe Biden, the current president of the United States, campaigning in New Hampshire this week, literally said out loud, we got to lock him up.
And then corrected himself immediately.
He said, the president has to be a little more precise, with all due respect. We got to lock him up. So all this conversation, it was Biden this week who made the most news on the retribution front.
And remember, we reported on this, that he said, we got to lock him up. The crowd cheered. And then he said, We got to lock him up politically. He corrected himself, but the crowd was cheering at the lock him up thing. So you can't say that Trump is going to jail his opponents when Biden said the same thing. All you can say is at least our side is as bad as their side. Although our side, our guy, Trump, it was uniquely had an attempt of them actually trying to lock him up with those 5 lawsuits. There's no evidence that a Republican has yet, although I'm hoping on November 7th, right around there, we start making our plans on how to bring Merrick Garland to some kind of trial.
There is a reason that 2/3, roughly, of the American people, according to some polling, think we're off on the wrong track. And it largely is what David said. Inflation, cost of food, cost of housing, all of the day-to-day concerns. And so when I hear Hillary Clinton, sort of dismissing, people who want to vote for Donald Trump and not really even mentioning some of the day-to-day concerns of people, it reminds me of why she was so unpopular, why she lost, and why Democrats are struggling to get over the hump in this election.
If you're like me and you're on the fence and you think you want a better direction for our future and for our kids' future, vote for Donald Trump.
And they don't really believe that Biden and Harris either have a handle on it at best or they've made it worse. And I think it's a change election. And honestly, Trump's best argument on the economy is you can't leave the same people in charge. If you're feeling economic anxiety, you got to go back to what you know works. And honestly, he's more popular now than he's ever been. His administration is more popular than it's ever been. Look where he came from when he left office to right now. There's one reason why he's more popular today than he's ever been, because people are comparing it to what they've got now, and they're saying, I want to go back.
It's not perfect, but he's certainly better than what we've gotten for the last 4 years, and I don't want that for another 4. So that's where I am. Thanks for listening.
She doesn't want that for another 4 years. These are people taking responsibility for their country, guys. This is amazing stuff. I want to appeal to if there's any Democrat people or middle voters, or if you haven't voted yet, it is not too late to support the winner who's going to turn this country around. If you're scared for the future your kids are going to live in, and look, the future's going to be tough already, but we need someone like Trump helping us out. I'm going to let Anderson Cooper with this final insult on our way out.
I feel like I heard more on this network about is Kamala Harris black than I do about, Donald Trump being a fascist.
Well,
am I wrong, Angela?
Honestly, that's bullshit. I'm sorry.
Oh, I like that.
The Democrats are turning on each other. That's what I want to emphasize. I've seen video after video where they're starting to come out against Kamala, mainstream Democrats, and they're starting to attack each other because whatever they tried to throw against Trump didn't work. Guys, it's working. He's pulling ahead in the polls. In Pennsylvania, we've never had more positive news. I'm going to do another video on that. It's looking good. Keep fighting. Keep getting the word out. Keep doing thumbs up, leaving a message, and spread this channel all to your friends. I'm Doug in exile.